When you can't understand my name, has the memory gone? Are you feeling now?
Growing up here in Tasmania, mental health just wasn't, as it probably was in most places, spoken about amongst men. Growing up, you hear a lot about suicide. It was quite confronting, and it sort of pushed me to consider, that could be my brother, it could be myself.
Movembe Ahead of the Game is a grassroots program delivered in community football clubs with the AFL as our implementation partner, and teaching young people coping skills so that they can deal with challenges both on and off the field. And Many Mind is equipping more and more healthcare professionals to provide best practice gender responsive care for men who are seeking support. We're building strength at the community level, and we're building strength within workforces. So suicide is the leading cause of death for young men aged 15 to 44 in Australia. 50% of those men have been to the healthcare system to seek support in the 12 months prior to their taking their own life. And that tells us that we have a long ways to go in improving the healthcare systems. What we love about the combination of Ahead of the Game and Men in Mind is people can then go to their healthcare professionals in the community that they live, and Ahead of the Game comes in and provides mental health literacy at the grassroots level to leverage that environment to improve health and wellbeing.
We're at the cusp of, I think, seeing a lot more mental health presentations. It's really important that men receive gender-responsive healthcare. We are having those conversations. Again, though, it's about what happens once they engage with those services. How do we support them? How do we make sure they're not slipping through the cracks?
There's a very rich history here at South Longing Football Club, whether it's been in the State League, the NTFL, now the NTFA. At the football club, we want our young people to be more than just players. We want them to be good community citizens. The Ahead of the Game program is certainly valuable in preparing our young people for the future, not just for playing football, but giving that sense of purpose, connection, and greater good for the community.
Part of the suicide prevention strategy within Tasmania is to focus on ways that we can intervene early. Integration is the way to go. If we integrate as a community, as a service, then we get the best outcomes for individuals. Some of the education that's happened through the Men in Mind program allows us to start conversations and think a little bit differently. So this is a really good program to just allow us to stop and think.
There were many specific things in the training that helped me, especially as a developing clinician, to shape my practice a bit further. The most prominent that I consider is masculinity and how it relates to formulation. It's a little shift that's had a big impact on the way that I approach my work.
Ahead of the Game's taught me to check in on your mate. It's not like a broken leg, you can't see how it's going. You got to check in, you got to ask how they're going. If you're not mentally prepared, it's very tough to go out there and perform well.
Movembe's Ahead of the Game and Men in Mind have been running for 2 years now in Tasmania, thanks to the generous funding of the Tasmanian Government. Given the success of these programs and what communities are telling us, we'd love to see these two programs continue to roll out together right across Australia and the world. What is really important to us is always embedding our services in the community with the people who live and breathe for that community, and we're able to wrap around them and provide provide some additional supports to enable them to continue to show up really well for each other.
Hello gamers. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Welcome in. Hope everyone is having an awesome day. I just realized that I didn't hide this text that I wrote last time. We're now playing in a Sword and Shield based set of Rangaroo in this deck. Oopsie. You were cooking a semi-joke list. Just play maximum support recovery with Psyduck. Oh god, bro's looking into the team up Psyduck with Will. Oh no. Oh no, but hello Sam, hello Strategic, welcome in. Hope both of you are doing excellent today. Seven in a row, 7 streams in a row is crazy. I will definitely give you an applause for that, because that is nuts. Bro's farming the channel points like crazy. Anyway, I'm sure you're all very curious to see what I cooked up with this list specifically. Right? Right? Surely y'all want to see what I cooked up. For anyone that is very unfamiliar with this archetype. You get a mention with this list? Yeah, sure, you can get one. I asked you what I should build, and you said I should build this. I think I'm pretty far off from... Don't act surprised. No, okay, fair. That's true. We were talking about it a little earlier. I guess I could give you a mention. Although I must say, I definitely veered a very different direction than you have with this list specifically. I mean, not necessarily entirely different, I would say. So that's why I said, like, sure, you can get a mention. But I did try to incorporate different ideas in this list specifically that would, like, benefit in specific, maybe, meta matchups. For example, you have lines into Regidrago V-Star that are, like, pretty good, I would say, with this list. You're gonna get over to the YouTube so you can copy-paste a list of shit, stare at the cards, and not play them in live. Hey, I just want to let you know that this list does not run any VS Seekers. So, honestly, this list might be very close to playable on TCG Live. Let me just actually scroll through, see if there's any cards that are, like, not legal on TCG Live. Yeah, okay, so, okay. The Floatstones are not legal. Floatstones are not legal, but that's, like, about it, I want to say. Oh yeah, and the Mew. Okay. Floatstones and the Mew are not legal. But that's literally it. You have the expanded beta version because it's playable online. Yeah, fair. Forbidden Light Florges deck. Oh no, I'm so scared, Sam. Anyway, let's talk about ROTOM. As you can see, I got a whole rainbow of ROTOMs here. I even got the IR. This one is. Anyway, all these ROTOMs have in common that they have the Gadget Show attack. For 2 colorless energy, Gadget Show says that this attack does 30 damage for each Pokemon tool attached to all of your Pokemon. And the entire idea is that with all these different ROTOMs, this is a 70 HP Grass type ROTOM with 1 retreat cost. Oh my god, these proxies are so fucked. How are these proxies so fucked? It's fine. We have 3 of those. We also have 2 Heat ROTOM, which is an 80 HP 2 retreat Pokemon. And we have the Lightning type one, which is a 60 HP 1 retreat one. And we have 1 Water type Wash ROTOM, which is also an 80 HP 2 retreat one. But they all have that same Gadget Show attack, which is what we're going to be focusing on. I do not run any other energies in this list specifically. I don't run any specific elemental energy, so this is truly gonna be just Gadget Show. Only attack to use, Gadget Show. You're joking, that card is shit. It is shit. I mean, that is a thing for sure. The energy spread for this list specifically is 4 double colorless energy. Yes, I know I have the most cursed set of 4 double colorless energies here. I really do not care. And also 3 twin energy. This is, once again, functions very similarly to double colorless energy. Gives you just 2 colorless energy. A twin energy does not work on V and GX. But none of these are V or GX, so we're good on that. You might be saying, like, okay, Noah, if you have a normal board in play, you can get 6 tools maximum, right? Wrong! We have multiple ways in which we can attach more than 6 tools to our entire board. And I'll show you why right now. First and foremost, we run 1 copy of the newly released ROTOM EX from Phantasmal Flames, which has the ability Multi-Adapter. Multi-Adapter says that each of your Pokemon that has ROTOM in its name may have up to 2 Pokemon tool cards attached. That's pretty cool. Oh yeah, the glare made you guys not be able to read it. And if this leaves play, then you have to discard to 1, which makes sense. So that means that every ROTOM we have in play can hold up to 2 tools, including this guy, by the way. This guy also, it also affects himself, which is really cool. So that ups the tool count by like quite a bit already. You still don't have a complete playset. Where's the burb? What do you mean, where's the burb? You mean this burb? Yeah, I also run 2 copies of Orange Crovy. Orange Crovy has the ability Boss Pockets, which allows it to have up to 4 Pokemon tools attached to this Pokemon. And of course, when it loses the ability, you have to discard up to until it has 1 attached. But I feel like a hybrid combination between these 2 is probably going to be the way to get the most amount of tools in play where still we're not fucking with our board too much. Because I feel like if you run this deck with 4 Orange Crovies or something, or more than 2, you're just going to clog your board with Orange Crovies that can't do anything at all. So that's why I specifically chose for a split between Orange Crovy and ROTOM EX. I feel like this is probably like the best split we can do. Hello Husky, welcome in. I have been in the kitchen, for sure. So, we got our ROTOMs, we got the energies to attack with them, and we got ways to get more tools on board. But now you might be wondering, hey, yo, how the fuck do we find these tools? There's a lot of draw in this deck. As you can see, there's a lot of deck left. There's a lot of draw in this deck, and also specifically tool finding things in the deck. First and foremost, standard players rejoice. I do run 2 copies of Town Store. Town Store is a stadium that just allows us to search our deck for a tool once per turn. Fairly normal stuff. Dude, Strategic, stop predicting what card is next, please. Stop predicting what card is next. No, there's no Treasure Tracker in this deck, unfortunately. I really wanted to make Treasure Tracker work, but I figured with the engine that I had, I didn't need Treasure Tracker, which is crazy to say. But yes, Treasure Tracker was not needed, so I went for a better A-spec. Anyway, Adventure Bag, for the ones that don't know, is an item card that lets you search your deck for up to 2 Pokemon tools. It's like pretty good. I would say it's a pretty good card. Not gonna lie. No, it's okay. It's okay. I did like it. I do like your enthusiasm, I should say. I do like the enthusiasm. And another card that searches for tools is, some of you might know this guy because it's from the F block. It's a Rangaroo V, which has the ability Back Order. If it's in the active spot, you get to search your deck for 2 tools. It's basically Adventure Bag on an ability, but only if it's in the active spot. But there's like a lot of retreat options with this list specifically. So Rangaroo having to be in the active is like not a big deal whatsoever. A Rangaroo throwing it back. You do be throwing it back. But we also still have like lots of generic card draw. This is like all the tool, not even, this is like, by the way, this is like not even all the specific tool draw. Because we also do run 2 copies of Arven. Arven is a supporter that searches your deck for an item and a tool. I was going to talk about this later, but I guess I'll show it now. We do run Arven. or even more tool search. So as you can see, this is the reason why I didn't run Treasure Tracker, because I have this. Standard legal cards, yeah, Town Store, Arven. Ew, gross. No, imagine running standard legal cards in Expanded. That's crazy. Yeah, don't worry. These two fellows are also here. These are not standard legal. Classic draw cards. Crobat V with the Dark Acid ability, which allows it to, when it's played onto the bench from your hand, you get to draw until you have 6 cards in your hand. And then at GX, when you play this Pokemon from your hand onto the bench, you get to choose to discard your hand and draw 6 cards. Like I said, normally it's a trio of Crobat, Dedenne, and Squawkabilly, but with this deck specifically, there's a lot of tools you can like draw that you don't want to discard. I did consider running Eco Arm in this list, but it felt a little too clunky, so I was like, yeah, we'll like kind of slow it down with the mandatory discards from Squawk on turn 1 specifically, which is why there's no Squawk, but there is still Crobat V and Dedenne GX. Arven Adventure Bag is a good combo, don't hate strategic. Yeah, Arven can just grab 3 tools. It can just grab Adventure Bag, which grabs 2 tools, and then another tool. Alright, there's also, since you see a lot of Pokemon here, which are mostly basic Pokemon. Actually, I don't think, yeah, no, there's no evolutions in this deck. So, we have a lot of basic Pokemon search. We have 4 Quick Ball. Quick Ball, of course, being an item card that allows us to search our deck for a basic Pokemon and put it into our hand. But only if we discard one other card from our hands while we play this. Quick Ball is slowly becoming like one of my favorite cards of all time, just because of how fucking useful it is in Expanded, but also like basically any other format that it is legal in. Since there's so many basic Pokemon we have to fetch, there's also 2 copies of Nest Ball, which just searches our deck for a basic Pokemon and puts it on the bench. Standard stuff. We have 2 Level Ball, which allows us to search our deck for a Pokemon with 90 HP or less and then put it into our hands. Once again, super useful for finding the Rotoms. And allows us to hold them in our hand and not necessarily bench them immediately if we don't want to. And we also have 1 copy of Battle VIP Pass. In case we do go second, using Arven to grab Battle VIP Pass is pretty nice. Battle VIP Pass is an item that we can only play on the first turn, but it searches our deck for up to 2 basic Pokemon to put on the bench. Pretty nifty card on turn 1. After that, it's god tier awful. The Dedenne promos are worth like 30 USD a piece now, so glad you got 2 trainer toolkits for one Christmas back in 2020. Dude, I don't even have trainer toolkit. I paid like, I want to say like $5 for this Dedenne like a few years back. And I'm so happy I still have it. I use it for so many Expanded decks. Dedenne is such a good card. Have I seen a new search card for Standard? I have seen the Pokepad reveal. He's up VIPing his Battle Pass. Yeah, I have seen the reveal for Pokepad. I feel like Pokepad is just a better Level Ball. Am I wrong? Like, sure, Level Ball in Expanded can grab Jirachi EX, which Pokepad cannot. But that's like the only meaningful Pokemon that Level Ball can grab and Pokepad cannot. All the other reasons Pokepad is better than Level Ball, in my opinion. Which is crazy. I never would have imagined that Level Ball would be power crept. Like, Level Ball of all the cards is such a good card, and it's gonna get power crept by fucking Pokepad. Which is crazy. You gotta go for dinner. How long I'm streaming for? For about 3 hours, so maybe a little less, maybe a little more, probably a little less, but it's a Pokepad can't get Charizard Star SMA. No, it actually can. Pokepad can grab Charizard Star, because Star Pokemon, like, rule boxes were officially invented when Gen 5 released the Capital EX Pokemon. Every, like, special Pokemon before Gen 5 technically doesn't have a rule box. And I'm pretty sure, like, Pokemon Break also technically don't have a rule box. Actually, do Capital Pokemon EX? I don't think Capital EX Pokemon have a rule box either. I think the first rule box Pokemon were Pokemon GX from the Gen 6, from the Gen 7 era. Officially. Pokemon Break do not have a rule box. Right? I'm pretty sure, yeah, they do have a Break rule, but it's not defined as a rule box for the terms of Path to the Peak and stuff. So, if a box that says Break rule, yeah, I understand what you mean. I understand what you mean. But like Capital EX Pokemon have this as well, etc. But from what I remember, I'm pretty sure GX Pokemon were the first to officially be defined as a Pokemon with rule box, but I might be wrong on that. Pokemon Break might also be part of that rule box stuff. But I'm not entirely sure. But I thought Break didn't count as rule box. I might be wrong on that. But Pokebat can definitely grab Charizard Star. That's an old-ass card, and the term rule box did not exist back then. Alright, let's continue with this deck profile, shall we? We've done all the Pokemon search, but there's of course a lot more generic search as well. We run 4 copies of Professor's Research. Like I said, you can make this a VS Seeker build if you want to, but I just wanted a lot of options specifically for item lock genres. I wanted this to be a lot more capable to go up against stuff like Badoo spam. Like Bomb Badoo is like a really bad matchup for this in Expanded, so I wanted to kind of thin down on the items as much as I could specifically. So no VS Seekers in this build. You could definitely probably make a case where you go like 2 Research, 1 Arven, and then like 2 VS Seeker for sure, or 3 VS Seeker. But I just decided against it specifically because of the weaknesses deck has with against Bomb Badoo. Or Badoo Bomb, like that's what they call the archetype in Japan, but it's effectively it's just Badoo with Dusknoir spam and Medjam V stuff. That's what the archetype kind of entails, and it also has like the Roxy coughing engine. So that specifically. Hello, social science nerds. Thank you for claiming your spicy Dynanogi. Congrats on that. Everyone forgets, but you never forget. All right, we also run 1 copy of Iono, of course, for hand disruption specifically, but also to potentially draw us more cards in early game that we might not necessarily want to discard specifically if we just want fresh hands. And I did mention that there's a lot of tool search and a lot of damage that can happen from the amount of tools we have in play, but I have not even shown you guys one single tool. And I probably should show you the tools that are in this deck, right? It's definitely more than a few, because we want to rack up those damage numbers from Gadget Show. You never forget, hell yeah. You can't actually find an official ruling. It does turn off Prism Pokemon though. Yeah, so Prism Star Pokemon came after GX Pokemon, because GX was like the central mechanic of Gen 7, and then Prism Star came a few years after that, also during Gen 7. It's kind of crazy that there's no good information of that online. Sealstone Muscle Band, so you got half of that right. You got half of that right, Sam. But I'll go through it right now. We have 4 copies of Floatstone, of course. Floatstone is like probably like the best tool printed ever, period? Question mark? Probably the best tool ever printed. Helps us with mobility on the Oranguru V, but also helps us against Gust Stalls or whatever. Just making a Pokemon have 0 retreat cost is incredibly powerful, so I'm more than willing to abuse that. Rose Floatstone was a given, yeah. True. There's also 4 copies of Bravery Charm in this list, just to beef up our basic Pokemon a little bit more. Most importantly, like make them not as susceptible to Phantom Dives or other sniping attacks potentially, like Radiant Greninja, Moonlight Shuriken, for example. Then there's also 2 copies of Forge Sealstone. Forge Sealstone will, of course, give us a V-Star power available if we attach it to a Pokemon V. And that V-Star power will be that we are able to search our deck for a card. Incredibly powerful, of course. Which is why I chose to include 2 copies of this specifically. Mostly because we're going to want to go a little bit wide on the tools. Because of the damage modifiers that we have accompanied with that. We also have 1 copy of Stealthy Hood, which prevents all effects of our opponent's abilities done to the Pokemon discard is attached to. This is incredibly useful if if our opponent plays stuff like Iron Thorns or Wobbuffet or Garbodor. We can just attach this to one of our Honchkrow V or the Rotom EX, so we can keep all of our tools in play proactively. We only run 1 copy of this because we truly only need 1 copy, practically. On an entirely unrelated target, why did they make Brave Bangle not just reprint Silver Bangle? I have no idea. I truly could not tell you. I have unironically no idea. And the last tool we have in this deck is 1 copy of Super Effective Glasses. Wow, that proxy is fucked up. Hold on. Let me adjust this properly. Super Effective Glasses is a tool that when attached to a Pokemon if it does super effective damage with its attack, it applies it as 3 times rather than 2 times. This is incredibly useful for another niche situation that I'll show down the line with some attack cards in our deck. But also, if we are hitting for weakness and we are just shy of knocking it out, then we can use super effective glasses to hit a little bit harder and do fetch deck KO. It's literally the same card. Is it literally? I thought the Silver Bangle modifier was 20, but is it not? It might have been 30. It's been a really long time. I really don't remember what Silver Bangle is like. Anyway, we also have, of course, a lot of Gust in this deck. Well, not a lot. I have 3 Gust cards. We have 2 copies of Guzma, which allows us to switch one of our opponent's Pokemon to active and one of our Pokemon to active. For some Gusting, we also have 1 copy of Prime Catcher. This is our ace spec of the deck. This does exactly the same thing, but this is an item, of course, which is a lot more flexible to play than a supporter. But this is our 1 ace spec. We can't run any other ace spec. For recovery purposes, we run 1 Rescue Carrier and 1 Rescue Stretcher. Rescue Carrier allows us to put 2 Pokemon with 90 HP or less into our hand from discard, and Rescue Carrier allows us to either put 1 Pokemon from discard to hand or 3 Pokemon from discard to deck. Just practically like the 2 most versatile recovery options for Pokemon that we have available, other than maybe Ordinary Rod, but there's no basic energy in this deck specifically. So that's why I decided against stuff like Ordinary Rod and Super Rod. Your attacks from your non-capital EX Pokemon do 30 more damage to your opponent's active EX Pokemon. Yeah, okay. It's not entirely the same card because it's based on a different mechanic. But I do understand where you're coming from. Alright, there's a few more tech cards, like I said. Specifically the Mew Lily Skulfairy combo. This is like our linchpin in the Regidrago matchup. This Lily Skulfairy's ability makes Regidrago weak to Psychic type, and Mew's ability Memories of Dawn allows us to copy an attack of a basic Pokemon we have in play. So we can use one of our gadget shows with this Mew to hit the Regidrago for super effective and potentially times 3 damage with super effective glasses rather than times 2. But this is most of the reason why we have these specific tech cards. It is for the Regidrago matchup. Clefairy tech lame? What do you mean lame? This makes you actually have a fighting chance against Regidrago. Otherwise you simply are just gonna get board wiped by Trifrost. You're literally gonna get board wiped by Trifrost. You have to do something against Regidrago. So this is why I opted to include those tech cards. And also there's 1 copy of Manaphy. This is the 60th card of the deck. This is just for some more bench protection to once again give us more out in the Regidrago matchup, but should be useful in other matchups as well. This is the entire 60 cards of the deck. Feel free to take a screenshot right now or ask questions about the deck that you have here. The Lion ignores the Regidrago matchup. Bro, Regidrago has like 60% meta share. I cannot ignore that matchup. I just simply cannot ignore it. Any questions about the list before I shuffle it up and start playing? I figured not. But let's just go for it. Let's go for it. Alright. Give the deck a good shuffle. Why is the Clefairy tech lame? I don't understand. I thought I was cooking with this. I thought I was cooking with the Mew Clefairy tech. Real talk, I think Regidrago might be underrated. Yeah, I truly do think so as well. Regidrago is like really good, like a lot better than people give credit for. People need to play it more. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I actually do agree. Regidrago is so goddamn good and expanded. It's like not unbeatable, of course. It's not unbeatable because the one downside to Regidrago is that yes you have a very concise package and you're allowed to run a lot of tech cards, but you can never run enough tech cards for every matchup. So some matchups are just gonna by nature be more difficult. Like by nature with how you've built your deck specifically, how you've chosen to build your deck. Like if you have like a Megaton Blower Team Yellgrunt build, then sure, the Lugia matchup is a lot easier for you. But then stuff like Cali Shadow is going to be such a hard matchup, you know. And I can name like 5 million more examples than this. But that's the biggest downside. You kind of have to choose which other top deck you have like a slightly worse matchup into. There will never be a way for Drago to tech all its checks. Yeah, exactly. There are just slightly enough checks for Regidrago where it's never the absolute unbeatable deck in format, but it always has like some tools even in bad matchups, is what I want to say. It's never an auto loss for Regidrago. There's always a way for Regidrago to win even bad matchups, is the thing. Did you believe that it's still hard loses to Moon? Yeah, absolutely. Some Regidrago decks did have started to include Miss Energy specifically to do better in the Moon matchup. Miss Energy is a very interesting tech. I'm not sure if it's good at all or not, but it's definitely a choice. I'll say that. It's definitely a choice. But then again, if you're including Miss Energy, you might have to cut stuff like, once again, Wobbuffet or Sudowoodo, or like Team Yellgrunt, stuff like that. That's how Lugia made Moon a +80 matchup. Yeah, exactly. And Regidrago players have looked at the Lugia list like, hey, wait, why does this deck not lose to Moon? Why does this deck not lose to Turbo Moon? What the heck? And then they looked inside and it was like, oh, Mist Energy. Oh yeah, no, that's interesting. Mist Energy is kind of a hard tech to justify specifically because you need to like manually attach it, and most of the times Regidrago decks don't really have the time for that. Unless you like specifically find it on turn 1. But the nice thing about it is that you can just recover. You can just recover the Mist Energy if it has been used with your V-Star power, which is super nice. Alright. Let's flip the coin. Let's say heads is we go first, tails is we go second. This is heads, so let's do a game going first. Get ourselves 7 cards. So funny to you that Moon is like genuinely made to hard counter Drago. It is really funny, but it's not like without Miss Energy that Drago has no things to do in that matchup. Like a double Trifrost, if your opponent overcommits, double Trifrost actually just wins you the game straight up. So, yeah. Things like that are things you have to keep in mind. Let's see. We do open with 3 Rotoms and Nest Ball, 4 Steelstone, and double Colors. Okay. Let's just open... Since we are going first, but I will open with 2 Rotoms just to make sure. You think a Moonless from Standard would have a winning matchup into it? Potentially. Potentially. It depends on if the deck actually includes Dark Patch or not, because Dark Patch is not standard anymore. I do think Dark Patch is a big enabler in Turbo Moon. Double Trifrost with what Drago? You silly man. Alright, let's flip them over. And let's draw for turn. There is a research, but we are going first, of course, so there's no hurry in that yet. Let's Nest Ball. I just want to check my prices quickly. Okay, so these are my prices. It's sad that Clefairy is priced, but let's see. We do have Floatstone, Iono, Stealthy Hood, Adventure. Adventure Bag being priced is also annoying as heck, but it is what it is. The pre-rotation Turbo Moon list, the non-neutered list. Yeah, the Moon list with Radio Greninja, Pokestop, Dark Patch, etc. Yeah. You mean the FGH block Roaring Moon lists? Because I was about to say current standard Moon list will not win. I'll tell you that much. Alright, so what are we nest balling for? Do we just grab Rotom EX, or we just grab Honchkrow? Or we do have 4 Steelstone in our hand, so it might not be a bad idea to grab Honchkrow. We could also grab Oranguru V. But if we slap the 4 Steelstone on that, that means we can't do a... we can't put a Floatstone on it. And I don't think I had Floatstone in my opener, right? I do have Town Store. But I think it's better in general if I grab a Honchkrow off of this. Basically the ones you played. Yeah, okay, fair. Do you maybe want to try and make Turbo Moon work in Poke Commander? That would be fun, maybe. Let's attach a Force Seal Stone to the Honchgrove V. Let's put the Town Store in play. Can't attack turn 1 anyway, so let's just attach to bench. And bench another Rotom. And let's use Town Store. I can. I'm not going to use the Force Seal Stone yet, I think. Do we get a Bravery Charm or Floatstone? I think Floatstone is a good idea here. Specifically because we can also attach it to the Honchgrove V and we can just push it up after active gets KO'd if it gets KO'd. Just one single card to change, you can make the deck 5 times better. Yeah. True. Wait, with what card change? What card change specifically are you referring to? Let's attach a Floatstone to Honchgrove V. And just pass our turn. Are we assuming active Rotom gets KO'd? Probably. I do want to swap this Rotom for this Rotom because I think this one's prettier. Let's push Honchgrove V because that has free retreats and draw for turn. We find Oranguru, which is interesting, and I think I will bench Oranguru. And I will rip the research to draw 7 cards. Alright, and now we have to think. I'm definitely attaching a Floatstone here, that's for certain. It's like kind of mandatory. So we have Mew. We can go for a... So Regidrago V has 80 HP. Sorry, 280 HP. Did we have super effective classes priced or not? But we have Lily's Clefairy priced, so we can't actually go for a Mew play. Trade Booster Capsule for Protection Cube and it's like Jover. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Regidrago would have to specifically be the Megaton Blower build to even have a chance. Let's think about this for a hot second. I think we do have to Nest Ball. Probably for the Rotom V. Not the Rotom V. The Rotom EX. Yeah. I do think we have to Nest Ball for the Rotom EX here. And I will Fin by using Level Ball to grab another Rotom out of the deck. This is the only legal one still. It's because there's only... Now there's only 170 or less HP Rotom in the deck, so... He was like the ultimate enabler, also just removes the whole damage management part of the deck and just becomes straight Crayon eating, kill them before they kill us. Yeah, exactly. You're just hoping that they don't like put Jamming Tower in play, or they don't Fuel Blower you too much. That's just your hope. And let's also Floatstone the Rotom EX here. I do think I want to put the Rotom in play. I do have a Town Store available to me, and also a Force Seal Stone, but let's go for the Town Store first. I think I do want to grab a Bravery Charm. Here's my Bravery Charm. Or do I want to grab Stealthy Hoods? Stealthy Hoods was maybe in prizes. I think it was. Yeah, Stealthy Hood was in prizes. Tower's so irrelevant, and so is Blower, kinda. It's not that irrelevant. Okay, but now the question is, do I want to Force Seal Stone for it? I think the answer is no, because I did play Supporter for turn already. I could Force Seal Stone for Prime Catcher, but it doesn't really achieve much. And it's not like I can grab my Adventure Bag. It matters on your turn. Yeah, it does. But ideally, you don't want to run 4 cube. You know what I mean? Play a reactionary card like Tower Blower, you already got value. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, true. I was about to say, but what if you're up against Jelly Guardy? But that's a whole different archetype. Let's attach the Bravery Charm to... this Rotom here. How much damage are we doing with Gadget Show? It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 150. That does 2-hit KO. That actually does 2-hit KO. I think I'm down to retreat into Mo Rotom and swing for 150. Let's just assume my opponent is a bot that just one-shots active all the time. I think that's like the most accurate I can do here for now. To get jealous of that, we just lose. Yeah. Okay. Draw for turn. Let's attach Charm here. Actually, Bravery Charm has a lot more value on the Punch Crow here. Not sure if I want to bench this yet. I do want Arven. What do I want to grab with Arven? Probably Bravery Charm. Level Ball thins out another Rotom from the deck. Or Level Ball can also grab Manaphy. I think Level Ball Bravery Charm is fine. Level Ball for the Wash Rotom. Just to thin a little bit more. Now we got Back Order plus Town Store to grab us 3 more tools. So I kind of don't want to grab the super effective glasses, but I might have to at this point. Are there no other tools in deck? Oh shit, there's no other tools in deck. That's crazy. Okay. Guardy's already a tragic matchup. You assume Guardy still plays efficient single prizers. So Guardy is Guardian Expanded is mostly the Swoobat Mill variant. So you're still fucked because you play a turbo deck. Your earlier question, Turbo Moon will not work in Commander. Oof. Why not? Let's grab these 3 tools from Town Store plus Rangaroo. Oh, that's the main variant. Still fucked. Yeah, the main variant is indeed the Swoobat Mill. Alright, let's just attach 4 Sealstone here. Bravery Charm here. Super effective glasses, like here, I guess. Bravery Charm here. I don't think I want to bench anything else just yet. Unfortunately, I didn't find any energy, but we can use our V-Star power to just grab an energy for us. 1 patch, 1 Seda, 1 Moon in a deck that's made to burn as many resources as possible to just get turn 1 attack. You don't see a single... Yeah, okay, you got a point. But you can also run stuff like Janine's Secret Technique, Max Elixir, the Galarian Moltres V, the Weavile GX. But it's not the best, no. It's probably better in an Eternatus VMAX deck, probably. Like, that's probably the best that Dark Box will ever be in an Eternatus VMAX variant. So let's attach the Twin Energy here to the Rotom and retreat to Rotom. Look at all these tools. Can you hold all these tools? I cannot hold all these tools. Look at this. We have how many tools in play? Hold on. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 tools for a total of 300 damage. That's a lot of damage. That's 2 prizes right here. Yo, Gesture, hello, welcome in. Hope you're doing well. The only turbo decks for Commander are Fan Rotom going first decks. Nothing else has the consistency. True, but any deck can use Fan Rotom going first decks. If you just go Fan Rotom going first with like the Dunsparce from Sandstorm, you're good in like so many decks. All right, going into our opponent's turn, we likely have an active KO. Let's be honest. We are losing tools by the second, unfortunately. Let's just push a Rangaruvi. I don't think that's gonna help though. So we still, unfortunately, did not really get the Mew from prizes. Or not the Mew, the Lily's Clefairy. So let's bench Mew. I'm pretty sure Adventure Bag does nothing here. There's no tools in our deck anymore. We already have all of them. Yeah, we have no tools in deck anymore. By the way, you think you've cooked something? Porygon Z level X is a card that exists, and so is Radiant Greninja. Oh yeah. I've tried a deck with Porygon Z level X like once, and it felt pretty alright. But I do feel like it needs to be explored a little more. Porygon Z level X is just such a cool card. Unfortunately, no Adventure Bag hits. I don't think Rescue Carrier is going to help me here either, because I do still want to research. Let's just rip the research and draw 7. Please give me useful cards. At least I got attachments for turn. That's something. Let's attach there. I do need to fin more, so I will quick ball away my Battle VIP pass. So I'll grab the Dene GX because most of the cards in my hand are kind of ass. I think that's the play, fortunately. Yeah. To grab my Dene GX. There's Rescue Stretcher. Do I want to do anything with Rescue Stretcher? Currently not. Maybe later down the line. Actually, wait, I have bench space free. I can rip the Dene if I want to. Do I want to? I did attach return. I will just. Yeah, sure, why not? Let's Rescue Stretcher the ROTOM to hand. And then. Wait. Yeah, okay, no, it didn't matter because I don't want to flood my deck with more ROTOMs. So let's go for the Dene GX, Dene change. There we go. We can still find attachments for next turn. Any Crazy Code deck, yeah. Just get you everything. Oh yeah. Like Porygon, the Crazy Code Porygon Z is still very much on the watch list. It's like such a scary card. At this point, I think I just have to retreat into something like this. And just not attack. Because otherwise I will lose too many tools. Let me just check what my recovery is like. Yeah, I'm down both Carrier and Stretcher. But that's okay, because I'm not going to go for the Mew Lily's Clefairy play anymore. Let's pass for now. Get our Mew knocked out. Push a Rangaruvi, because, like, why not? And draw for turn. Okay, so I did say that attachments for turn was important, but I don't have a ROTOM right now. I can find one. There you go. There's the ROTOM we wanted. You get Major Special Energy Remover, Draw Energy, and Acceleration in one bench spot. Yeah, it's just so incredibly versatile, it's nuts. But the thing is, it is a stage 3 Pokemon, effectively. And you have to be inactive to get toward from stage 2 to stage 3. Attach here. Quick Ball. Pin some more. How many cards in deck? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I need to fill this Quick Ball. I still want to have 2 turns. I need to fill this Quick Ball. I want to rip this research. Which draws me 7. There's one card left in deck. We retreat into this Rotom, actually. How many tools do we have attached? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. That's 240 damage. Surely that's enough to KO a Regidrago V. Well, let's take our prizes here. Yeah, I mean, let's assume this gets KO'd. Sure, why not? It doesn't really matter. So if we push this... again... Floatstone on this Rotom, sure. Doesn't really matter. Benching anything at this point doesn't matter either. I do have Prime Catcher for something. And then we get to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Deal 270 to something for the last two prizes. Yeah. Of course, this is like kind of like Wonderland, where they only KO your active. But it's really hard to predict when opponents kill active, of course, and when they go for a bench Pokemon, when they have Gust available. Even Buggy Turbo Porygon would be good. Yeah, it's not a bad... like, there's a lot of good Porygon Zs. Porygon Z, whatever you want to call it. I mean, shit, if I'm already going for Crazy Coach, basically, you know, downside. And there's also, like, what is it? There's a Porygon 2 with, like, the Pokepower backup, which is just, which is, like, draw until 6 in hand. It's really good. This makes the achievement for giving you the most value ever recorded from Boss's Order. Yeah, true. Dude, if you boss that PC and KO it, it's like so much value goes down the drain. It's like the ultimate support Pokemon, but it's incredibly difficult to set up. But it's so funny. And this is why I like Staraptor GL level X as well in certain types of decks. It's because it's a really good support Pokemon, but it doesn't really require that much effort. You just have to bench down the basic, and then at any turn where you get knocked out, you push the Staraptor, you level it up to level X and just retreat into something else because it has 0 retreat cost to level X. So that's pretty nice. Yeah, it's a Porygon 2 that draws cards, unfortunately. But you can still use that Porygon 2 as your draw engine until you find that Porygon Z, right? There's still gotta be like a turn where you have the Porygon 2 in play if you don't go for Rare Candy. So if you choose any Porygon, it might as well be that one, right? Just saying. Unless you want to do something with like the garbage attack Porygon 2, which does like damage based on tools in Lost Zone. Which is very specifically good in like a Rotom V-Star deck maybe, but other than that it's not great. Yeah, the Porygon line is infamously stacked. If it was Porygon Z, you would basically have a search 2, draw up to 6. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. That'd be nuts. It would be absolutely insane. Like Decode, goated Pokepower. Alright, let's flip. First or second? That's another game going first. Let me just take a sip of water before we continue. Alright, let's draw our opening 7 cards for this going first game. Oh, this looks a little cursed, but no, we're fine, we're fine. We can put Rotom in active here. Dimension Transfer is a thing. Oh, true! That Porygon Z is a thing. Dude, why is that line so stacked? Holy shit! Let's draw for turn. This is definitely happening. This is also definitely happening. What are our prizes like? We prize a Honchkrow V, DCE, Nestball, Arven, Charm, Rescue Carrier. Could have been worse. Like, it really can be an all-in-one support engine. That's nuts. It is, like, incredibly good. Nestball is probably... What is Nestball gonna grab even here? Oranguru V? Probably Oranguru V in this context. This is Nestball. Attach Floatstone to Oranguru V. Wickball away Mana V for Crobat V. I did see it here, yeah. Attach Bravery Charm to Rotom EX, and then rock the Dark Acid. I only have one card in hand, but I do need to shuffle before drawing the 5. Sadly, you can't put it on Rocket's Porygon Z. I mean, Rocket's Porygon Z is like kind of ass. Let's be honest, it's kind of ass. Rocket's Porygon Z. But yeah, it is kind of crazy how much good stuff the BZ line has. I might have to experiment with that a little more. I'm gonna be honest. Might have to experiment with that a little more. The draw one would make it optimal for raw draw. Yeah, fair. Let's do Heat Rotom, double colorless. I am going first. Can't attack here. I do want a level ball for... What do I want a level ball for? For Mew, potentially? Probably better if I just grab another Rotom for now. We also have Town Store, and I want to grab Floatstone with that, thank you. So I can attach the Floatstone to Rotom EX and retreat out. I also love how you type Optiomal every time you mean to type Optimal. I don't know why, it's such a fun typo to read. It's very characteristic. Attach Floatstone here, and then retreat into, I guess, this Rotom. Sure. Nice fodder. Yes. And pass this Rotom probably eats shit before we push something else up. There we go. Okay, now hear this out. Golden Go. Listen, I've been trying, dude. Every time we talk about, or like I want to say, like 50% of the time we talk about deck archetypes, it's something that I have already been cooking. Because I was planning on maybe bringing Golden Go, like not this weekend's, but like next weekend's match. So I won't have to hear you out on Golden Go because I do know that it has sauce. I know it has sauce. Golden Go with the Porygon. Oh, I might have to rebuild then, actually, because it does seem alright with the Porygon, yeah. Let's draw for turn. Quick ball, okay. Tools can I still attach on this board? 2. So I can go for Oranguru. Grab Forest, Sealstone. No. Let's do Floatstone and super effective. I think Floatstone is correct. No. It has to be a Bravery Charm. Yeah. Floatstone, Bravery Charm. Okay, did I miss something? Your roommates were talking to you. No, you haven't missed anything. The only thing I said was that I might have to rebuild. Because Porygon does sound good with Golden Go, not gonna lie. It does sound pretty good. Okay, so let's attach that Floatstone here, Bravery Charm here. And now we can Prime Catcher something up. There you go. And now we can research. That order was kind of important. 5, 7. So we found another ROTOM and another attachment. The rest of the hand is pretty dead, if I'm gonna be honest, unfortunately. That's okay though. You mean anything that can draw the top 2 would work, but Dengo seems like the most base space efficient. Yeah, for sure. Hint it, now we can really fuck people over with bench limits. What do you mean we can really fuck over people with bench limits? Like, in relation to what specifically? I'm a little confused. I might be a little slow. Let's use Down Store for another Bravery Charm. Surely I have another one, right? No, actually might not. I don't. That's we can go Float Stone here. That's fine. We just put Stump into play a bunch without hurting ourselves. Yeah, actually, you're right. That is really funny. That is definitely something. Like, if you include it with the Gothitelle, you can just like put Stump in play to cock block others, and then use Gothitelle to like make us another stadium, and then maybe use like Lusamine to rebench the Stump. Because everything you need is 2 cards and 1 is inactive. Yeah, exactly. Can't really do much with everything else here. How much are we swinging for? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, which is 210 damage. Sure, let's say that's a 2-prizer. It kills like stuff like Latias, because we did play Prime Catcher earlier in the turn, so surely we kill like a Latias with this or something. Right? You think Dimension Transfer would be the best base since you can go get Superior back or Max Rod? Yeah, for sure, for sure. For sure. Okay, so these are our 2 prizes. This ROTOM probably eats the shit. That's okay, because we can push this and turn. Can bench another backup ROTOM and attach an energy to it. Maybe we Nest Ball. Or Hunchgrovey. Sure, why not? Nest Ball for Hunchgrovey is not bad. Because that means that we can Town Store for 4 Sealstone. I had both, yeah. Wow, they were both there. Alright. Do I want to Rescue Stretcher here? Not really. Now the question is, do I go for Arven or Research? I think Arven is better, question mark? Not entirely sure how many tools are in deck. There's not very many, there's like 3. That's fine, because that means that back order can grab 2 of them, and then Arven can grab the 3rd, and then also an item. So probably not these 2, because these are ass at this point. It's either Quick Ball or Level Ball. I think Quick Ball is probably it's probably Level Ball the angle here, because I probably do want to research after all this, and then the Level Ball for like the ROTOM or something like that. Here's the really scary thing. You think this is a better card to make a raw control build around? You think so? Why do you think so? That's crazy to hear. Why do you think this is a better card to make a raw control build around? Oh, sorry, Super Effective Glasses does go to hands. Alright. Alright, so let's say the super effective glasses go here. Stealthy Hood goes here. Or Sealstone goes here. Treat into this guy. How much does this shoot for? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 times 30 is 270. It's a really nice two-prizer. Get KO'd probably on the clapback, but that's okay. Draw for turn. Oh yeah, we're so done. We are so done here. I'm pretty sure there's not even like any tools in deck. Also, there's Tearaway on a Porygon too. Fun fact, dude. What? Why is this line so stacked? What the fuck? Why? Why is that a thing? Just to clarify, Tearaway is like the thing with getting a tool back to your hand, right? Weavile, yeah, okay. Yeah, it's the Weavile Masquerain, Mismagius GL level X stuff. Let's research, because there's nothing in this hand that I can actually use. To draw 7. I could have done either this research, or I could have like V-starred for a Guzma. Like what does, like I can still V-star. Like what do I want to grab off of this? Mew maybe? It's a full bench. It's Mismagius with colorless and not shit. Yeah. I mean, Mismagius GL is not like not that shit, you know? It's not that shit. So how much damage are we hitting for? I think it's the same, right? 8, 9, yeah, it's the same. Cool. Pretty smooth game. This deck can go pretty hard. If your opponent misses like a turn, you can capitalize on that pretty hard. The one thing is that you probably shouldn't promote a Rotom with a lot of tools, first and foremost, if you think it's going to be KO'd back. That's like the one thing. Ah, my joints are not happy with me today. You didn't even know that card text existed? What card text? Wait, what are we talking about? I am so confused. What card text do you mean? Bro's researching the Porygon line. Porygon that's literally look through your deck, shuffle your deck after. Yeah. It's the what is it? The data displacements? Or no, it's something with data reports or something like that. There's also a Mew that does that. But yeah. Or Psyreport is from the Mew, I think, maybe. I think that's what I'm confusing it with, the Psyreport Mew. Data check, that's what it is, yeah. It's a pretty funny one. It just gives you effectively a price check. A price check and shuffle, which is honestly like not the worst thing. You've never just read that card. Yeah, that's fair. It's fairly recent, right? It's like Sword and Shield block, I think, if I recall correctly. Like Lost Origin, question mark? Or it might be a little bit older. That's Tails, so this is going second game. Let's see if we can get an attacker turn 1 going second. Open Mo Rotom, that's not the worst. Actually pretty decent. His opening hand is hella awkward though. We can go like Lily's Clefairy's not bad here. Lodestone here. Let's see what the prizes are. No, Crobat is in prizes and the Dene. That sucks. Okay, that really sucks. Oh, it's Ancient Origin. It's that much older? Damn, I thought it was a Gen 8 Rotom, Porygon, but apparently it's a Gen 6 one. That's crazy. I did not realize that. My bad. I want to grab Mew here. Yeah. I did not realize it was that much older. My bad. Quick Ball Manaphy or Honchkrow, probably at this point. I should have grabbed Oranguru V here and then not attach the Float Stone here. That's okay, I can still do that. It's my own stream. I can still do that. Yeah. I can still do this. It's my stream. I can do what I want. You actually have that card, you just never got around to reading it, I guess. That's so funny. I think that makes it better. That makes it so much better. Twin Energy here. Prime Catch or something for funsies. Just going second, so it's actually relevant. Back order. And grab us another Float Stone and like a Bravery Charm. I think I actually want Float Stone and super effective glasses. There you go. 3 tools, this gives us 90 damage potentially. I have no hand, by the way. There's not any, you would say, good Porygons. Yeah, there's no excellent Porygon. There's like one that draws a card, I think, from what I recall. I've ran a deck with Porygons in the past. It was like a thick 3/2/2 line. Or 3/3/2, I think. And I did run the Dark Porygon. But other than that, I don't really remember like any good base Porygons I used. There's a draw one, yeah. Yeah, so let's retreat into ROTOM and swing with Gadget Show for 1. If this even grabs a prize. Probably grabs a return prize, my opponent. Push this and draw. Dude, I'm not getting anything. This sucks! I mean, I can like back order again. This is like not the worst thing in the world. I guess I'll just grab like 2 Bravery Charms. There's a Flip a Coin Trainer Recovery into deck, which is mid. Yeah. Kind of tie between that and the Future Sight, yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of mid Porygons, but hey, I don't think we get to complain with the amount of good Porygon 2 and Porygon Zs. Right? I don't think we get to complain. So, let's attach Bravery Charm here and retreat into this and pass. This probably eats shit. We promote Oranguru again and draw for turn. Oh my god, a research, let's fucking go! I can't attach his Bravery Charm, unfortunately. Everyone's fully attached, so I'll just have to rip the charm here. Unfortunately. Okay. We can do some things. We can Quick Ball Battle VIP Pass for Honchkrow. Yeah. There's a 4 Sealstone I saw in my hand, and a Stealthy Hood, and a Float Stone. And there's also a back order that we can use, of course. And I have an Adventure Bag in hand. Oh, sorry. There's exactly 4 tools in deck left. But I can grab all of them if I want to. Let's just grab Bravery Charm plus 4 Sealstone for now. You didn't mention, but the Mew EX is also on a Porygon too, but the draw to 6/1 is like way better. Oh yeah. Yeah. 100%. You're so right. It's like the really old, it's like a Gen 2 Porygon 2 that draws until 3 in hand. Let's do 4 Sealstone here. I do want to use the V-Star power to just grab an energy so we can swing this turn into a Regidrago V-Star. Attach this here. Retreat into the Mew. And we can swing for how much damage? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 times 30 is 240, times 3 is 700. It's entirely overkill, but I really don't mind. You eat shit, probably. Yeah, that's okay. Push a Rangaroo, because honestly, it's our best pusher. Colorless Tearaway is actually quite good. Oh yeah, I didn't actually consider that, but that is indeed actually pretty solid. Let's level ball. You know you want to unban unknown damage? No, 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 no. We are not unbanning that silly fella. We are not unbanning that silly fella. Like, never in a million years are we unbanning that guy. Attach here. Attach here. Let's play Arven to grab. We can Nest Ball for Rotom EX. It's actually, I think, the best play we can do here. Yeah. So Arven grabs Nest Ball for Rotom EX and also a tool. Let's say Floatstone. Attach Floatstone here. We don't need to adventure back. We can probably just hold it. We can back order. For the last tool in deck. I think there's one more tool in deck. Yeah, this Bravery Charm. Yeah. It would be so fun. It would be fun for the player that's carrying out the OTK. It would not be fun for the receiver. Or like the two bystanders, you know? The two bystanders be like, oh yeah, crazy. Let's Bravery Charm this as well. I think Bravery Charm here is probably better to preserve tools. I did attach that one this turn, so it's fine. Gadget showed us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's 300 damage. We get this. Very cool. Oh, nice. Rotom, or sorry, Crobat is like the last prize in deck. That's great. Yeah, let's just push this. It doesn't really matter. See, this is why I did consider running Eco Arm specifically for recovery purposes. But I think you can see why I did that. Or why I didn't include it, because it feels clunky. Yeah, let's Guzma. Get like a silly 1 prizer, or like the lowest HP 2 prizer, and surely we get a KO from that at this point. But I do want to go a little bit further to see how much we can draw. Probably not that much. It's like we can research here. Oh no, we Guzma. We can't research. But we can swing for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Once again, for the last prize. Yeah, this deck is pretty straightforward. There's probably a few hiccups you can do with like... It's mostly difficult deciding what tool to attach where at what moment, but the only cheese card remaining is missing. Which only works if there's like 3 other people playing. Yeah, since someone banned to rest SMH. What cheese card are we talking about? What cheese card are we talking about? Because I don't recall there being a cheese card left. Oh, unknown missing is what you meant. Sorry, my bad. Yeah. You said remaining is missing. Yeah, I was so confused, but you meant unknown missing. It took me a few seconds to realize. Yeah. Unknown missing, yeah. True. Yeah, unknown missing is a little silly. But also, unknown missing only targets 1 player's... No, it doesn't. You're back, another video scheduled. Hell yeah. Justice for Cheese wins. Honestly, unknown missing is probably like the best ever in Poké Commander. The deck flows pretty naturally, I would say. It's pretty fucking good. I've had some bad prizes and still like have okay setups in some of the matches, which is really funny. Let's flip a coin to see if we go first or second this game. As heads, so we go first this game. I will take another sip of water before we start the next one. Oh no, missing is low-key better than hands. Not really. Not really, I would say. Because hands can go from like 0 to 35 in one go. Whereas missing, you would have to build up. You can sit there and do nothing. Yeah. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. Let's see. So I said going first, right, for this game? Yeah, I did. Let's see. Okay, so we do start 2 Rotoms. I do think I want to bench both of them, probably. This is going first, so it's a little bit of an awkward opener, unfortunately. Here we go. Opponent also is on 6 prizes. Let's draw for turn. And we do have Town Store. Charm. Go here. So I can Town Store for another Charm. I don't think I want to attach that actually. In case, like, if active gets KO'd, I just lose that Charm. So I think I'll grab Floatstone for the future. And I will not attach this Bravery Charm yet. I know missing, yeah, if there's 12 supporters in the opponent's discard lost zone, you win. In the opponent's lost zone. So Giraffe 6 turns, shake my hand. Should make a lost unknown and its ability where you need 20 or more cards in the lost zone to win something. Well, no, that sounds a little broken, honestly. This is a pass. So yeah, probably KO Rotom, let's be honest. Everyone has a turn 1 KO. Draw for turn, we have another Rotom. Awesome. Floatstone. Unfortunately, we can't go into anything cool here. Go for like a Crobat play, maybe, but then I still am very short on catching cards for turn. No, I can go for... Yeah, no, it's probably best to grab Quick Ball here and a random tool. Let's grab Stealthy Hood if I have it. This is my first deck search, so I should probably also check my prizes to see what's in there, because I'm bored. Or I don't want to price check. Okay, so there's 1 Honchkrow in there, 1 Bravery Charm, 1 Floatstone to twin. Okay. There's been a bunch of Prism Stars, yeah. Compressor and Brilliant Blender, and you're probably there, yeah. And like Roxy helps as well. Okay, so Quick Ball, Stealthy Hoods. We do want to Quick Ball away. Let's Quick Ball away the Rescue Carrier. What did I say for the Honchkrow V, right? Yeah, because I have 4 Sealstone in hands. Yeah. So no need to shuffle actually. Bench this, Satch, 4 Sealstone, and Stealthy Hoods. And use the V-Star power to find... Do I want to find Quick Ball here? Sure. Quick Ball's not bad. Quick Ball gets the job done. Yeah. Go. I can Quick Ball away my research. Find Crobat V. There we go. You might have to cook a bit with Porygon Z. Oh yeah, PZ seems like hella good in Commander. It's intense. It's very, very intense. And then we attach Bravery Charm to this guy. Actually, probably to this guy. And then Robot V, use Dark Acid to draw 6. Okay. Floatstone here. DCE here. Not sure if I want to rip that yet. I definitely do want to use Town Store because I do have it available. Wait, I can't attach there because I don't have to ROTOM EX. That's right, okay. We definitely grab Floatstone then for the Honchkrow. Special roll Mincino, anyone? Oh boy. Oh boy. I think I do use the adventure bag just so I don't top deck a random ass tool. I think I want to grab Bravery Charm plus Floatstone. Wait, no Floatstone available. I'll just grab like Sealstone here. Okay, shuffle, shuffle. Alright, bench ROTOM, attach Bravery Charm to this guy. Retreat into this ROTOM, and we're gonna go swing for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 is 210. Ideally, we want to hit 240 instead of 210 for the Regidrago V, so I will attach the 4 Sealstone here to hit the 280 and draw 2 cards, or draw 2 prizes off of the Regidrago. Let's assume active gets knocked, as always. It's kind of hard to simulate things otherwise. I'll push the Heat ROTOM, I guess, because there's Floatstone. Doesn't really matter. Bench ROTOM, Satch. It's probably better to attach Win, actually. Just in case. My hand is looking kind of dead, honestly, which really sucks. So if we attach the Floatstone here, and we hit another 240, which is probably gonna do another 2 prizes. Nice. Let's Town Store just to thin the deck a little. There's still Bravery Charm in here and also super effective glasses, which I do want to save. Bravery Charm is a little more generic. Alright, so at least that's thinned out. And Gadget Show does 240. There we go. Now I'm getting something off prizes, at least some action. Once again, active. Knocked. Let's see if we can get a big swing this turn. It's probably going to be a little difficult, but we'll see what we can do. Draw for turn. Let's quick ball away the Honchkrow V. I think the Dene is probably correct here, or ROTOM EX. I think the Dene EX is correct here. Yeah. You wonder if any deck would make Porygon Z GX work. What the fuck does Porygon Z GX do? I had no idea that existed. I had no idea that existed. That's crazy. Attach double colorless here. Bench ROTOM, Satch Charm. Well, let's use Town Store to see how many tools are in my deck still. It's just the super effective glasses, right? Yeah, if it's just super effective glasses, then it's worth to bench the ROTOM here. If it was a little more, then I would have not benched that ROTOM here and just look for ROTOM EX for the 5th bench spot. Search your deck for 10 cards and discard them as a GX attack. That's so silly. That is so silly. I don't think that's good. Like, Of course it's not good, otherwise it would have seen play. But yeah. Let's data change. Raw 6. Yeah, we do find the super effective glasses to attach here somewhere. Guess I can level ball. I don't think this really matters in the grand scheme of things. Can level ball for this guy, I guess. To fin a little more. And rescue stretcher. Can that help me? I don't think that will help me. No, not really. So it's probably better to actually hold the super effective glasses and retreat into the Dedenne, so that when we pass here, the Dedenne probably get knocked out, but we don't lose any tools in the meantime. Let's push you. Draw for turn. Bench Mew, attach super effective glasses and Swin energy here. Unfortunately, my top deck was hot ass. Time Store doesn't grab me anything either here. No. What's the damage I can do with the Mew here? I think it's a lot, especially if we're swinging into something that's psychic weak. Hold on. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 tools, which is 270 damage times 3 from the super effective glasses if it's weak, is a lot. That's like 810. That's a little overkill, maybe. Like, Mew doesn't need many tools in play to actually one-shot a Regidrago VMAX. Mew needs like 4 tools in play to hit that. 4 tools in play is enough to one-shot Regidrago V-Star. I said VMAX, but I meant V-Star. I also have a GX marker here, but I don't have lightning energy for the Dedenne GX attack, so I'm not gonna bother. I mean, I could grab it here, sure, for the enjoyers, for the GX attempt, for the GX marker enjoyers, sure, it's here. Alright, shuffle, 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 shuffle. How many more games am I gonna play? This deck feels fairly linear, so I'm not sure if I'm actually gonna go for the full 3 hours. Let's okay, that's tails, so we do go second this time. See if we can get a turn 1 attack. What the fuck? This is hand. I do have Battle VIP Pass, okay. This is actually like not a terrible hand. And like it was terrible until I drew these 2 specific cards. That's so funny. Alright. Flip over and draw for turn. Let's start with Battle VIP Pass. What are the prizes? Rankaroo and Rotom. Rotom is priced. That sucks. I wanted to plant this down on the bench. I guess we're grabbing Hodgegrove V then. Guess we're grabbing Hodgegrove V from our deck then. What's the other Pokemon we're grabbing here? Honchcrow, where are you? Right here. Probably just a Rotom, the Mo one. Because that's the most versatile one. Only Minccino is good? What do you mean only Minccino is good? or do you mean only one Minccino is good? Is that what you meant? So we can attach here. We can do Charm, Lodestone, Adventure Bag. And I want to grab 4 Sealstone and Stealthy Hoods. Yep. Shuffle, shuffle, everything. Of course. Yeah, once again, a reminder that we are raising money and awareness for Movember. Mental health problems in men especially are incredibly prevalent, so if you actually do want more information, please tell me, because I'm more than willing to give it. Also, every 20 minutes, there's like a link spammed in chat that should guide you to a lot of resources and places where you can help. If you are, of course, willing. Alright, let's attach the 4 Sealstone and the Stealthy Hood to the Honchcrow V. And let's rip that research. Draw 7. Okay. I can quick ball the ROTOM here. What do I want to grab off this quick ball though? Do I want to the Dene here? I might actually want to the Dene here. No, it's probably too valuable. The Prime Catcher, I can probably rip that right now, but I do lose 2 energies. I mean, I can grab the Dene and just bench it next turn. I think that's probably good. So at least I get like an extra attachment return. I still do have V-Star power available for the near future. So bench Mew, Prime Catcher. We have 5 tools in place, so we do 150. So Prime Catcher, a cool 1 prizer, Retreat, and Swing with Gadget Show for 1 prize because it's just 150. Maybe it's probably not a Grass Week Pokemon. Let's be honest. Let's assume active gets knocked. We push Honchcrow, draw. Oh, nice. We get super effective glasses. Let's attach to Mew. Probably want to swing with Mew this turn. And rip the Dene GX to draw 6. Oh, nice. We found Lily's Clefairy. That's actually so big. Let's grab another ROTOM with the level ball. Let's grab the fancy one. It's for shits and giggles. I'm not sure if I want to bench that, actually. I'll hold it in my hand for now. Alright. I did attach return. Can Guzma up full Regidrago V or V-Star or whatever is weak to, or whatever is a dragon type to Prizer. We have 6 here, but that does one-shot Regidrago V-Star. 6 is enough. If 6 is enough, in that case I will bench this ROTOM. Right, 6 is enough. 6 is 180 times 3 is... Oh, yeah. Yeah, we only need 4 for solid knockouts. Mew, of course, gets KO'd in the process. That's okay. Push Honchcrow V. Floatstone. Surely goes there. So Wind Energy goes here. Crazy Goat Minchino is definitely a pretty good combo. Oh yeah, for sure. 100%. Let's Bravery Charm here. I think I will Rescue Stretcher. I did attach here for turn already. So I will shuffle these 3 into my deck. Actually, no, it's probably better to just only grab that one and then also do this one. And then research. How many energies are we down? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's a 6th one. I have 7 in total. So we need to save the V-Star power for the next energy. We don't draw it here. Town Store. Bravery Charm. Quick Ball. I can Quick Ball twice, by the way, to fin a little more. I can grab like ROTOM EX. Oh wait, ROTOM EX is priced. That's right. Just grab 2 more ROTOMs. Sure. Shuffle deck. Oh, we did play a supporter for turn already. Oh, I forgot the Town Store. Not like, I mean, I can attach another tool. Yeah, there's 2 more floatstones still in deck after this. Fortunately, there just isn't enough attackers to make a full commander deck with special energy synergy, you think? I mean, you can just do good stuff attackers, right? You can do stuff with like Weird RV. Like, I think like Weird RV is like a good one. You can make like a lot of toolbox attackers, right? Surely. And like, there's probably the Pokemon Go Ambipom is really good, I think. There's definitely a few that you can definitely abuse. We need just standard colorless stuff. Yeah. Like I said, the Pokemon Go Ambipom, the Temporal Forces Cinchino, the Weirder V from, I think, Astral Radiance. That's like 3 attackers already. Do you really need more than that? If you just run heavy recovery? Yeah, let's retreat into Mew. I just overlay these tools so there's 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Definitely enough for another 2 prizes on a Regidrago. Mew is the GOAT. Mew probably gets taken out though for 3. You also have Floatstone, so I will just push you just for ease. Bench ROTOM EX, so now we actually have stuff to do. So Town Store or Floatstone. Yeah. Oh, whoops. It's a research as well. Ambipom is sus. Why is Ambipom sus? Is it because it's coin flips? Like, you have a 50-50 chance of not being damaged, which is pretty good. Let's do the Floatstone here. My hand is like completely dead. So I think I'll V-Star or... There's only one. I do have research. Do I just go for the research here? Because do I need more from my deck than just energy? Not really. Just go grab this off my Forest Seal Stone. It flips and already does less damage than Cinchino. Yeah. I mean, you're right, but like, is there any other better attackers that you can potentially consider? Probably not, right? Satch here. And Guzma. Or the last prize of the game. GG, shake my hands. Yeah, that's okay. Right, I like this deck a lot. This deck is very silly. Is it good? I don't know. Lugia V-Star? That shit's banned, bro. That shit's banned. Don't even try me. Don't even try me at this point. I guess you could consider stuff like Ogrepawn. Teal Mask Ogrepawn. Not Teal Mask, Wellspring Mask Ogrepawn. If you just go for like a Rainbow plus a DCE you got like, you can get like 2 lives off of someone, probably. And you don't even lose the energies. Like, surely Wellspring Overpawn is a good attacker in that deck, right? or am I tripping? Or maybe something like the Greninja EX from Twilight Masquerade. You would have to have both water and fighting in your deck, which is a little awkward, but... Or the Evoltol. Actually, if you want to go the dark route, you can run the amazing rare Evoltol. The one that needs like Fire, Psychic, Dark, colorless to knock out your opponent. Actually, can you use that one? Is there a Fire, Psychic, Dark commander? I don't think there is a Fire, Psychic, Dark commander. I don't think there is a Fire, Psychic, Dark commander. That's a little sus, actually. Is there an RPD commander? I'm actually not sure. Surely there's an RPD commander, right? Maybe there isn't. I'll look into this after stream. I think I'll do like one more game. I think all in on Mincin and Deer. I mean, I think like Wellspring Overpawn is probably fine as well. 4. Okay. Or you can go like the ADP route. Oh, okay. Opening Oranguru is not terrible. It was heads, so I do go first in this game. Bam. Bam. Open the prize. Oh. Got a whole lot of nothing in my hand, unfortunately. I got like tools and tool search, but not much else. Let's go for back order. Sorry for the burp. Get out! You want a fat Mincin line so you can play Sword and Shield based Cinchino. These are my prizes. Okay, Float Zone and Charm are priced. So I'll grab Floatstone. Or do I grab 4 Sealstone here? I don't think that achieves much for me. I need a lot more than just this. That's kind of like the downside. Why is nobody playing that card? Sword and Shield based Cinchino? I have no idea why no one's playing that card. Katamayo, hello? Stream has a stunning lack of Oricorios. I am so sorry. There's no Oricorio GX in this list. I am so sorry. There definitely could have been, but there just isn't. There's a lot of Rotoms in this deck, but no Oris, unfortunately. Let's attach here. Attach Bravery Charm here. I guess I'll fin a little further with Adventure back. Grab another Bravery Charm and like a 4 Sealstone. Skull is draw 2. Now downside. No downside? Yeah, I mean... Sure. Kind of is, yeah. No Ori, SMH. I will declare war. Fair. Fair. Sounds pretty alright. Kind of gets overshadowed by the type-specific draw engines, as you think. Yeah, it definitely does. Definitely does. Actually, I think attaching Bravery Charm is incorrect here. I think what I need to do is I need to retreat here and pass, unfortunately. Yeah. Unfortunately, that will allow my opponent to knock out Rotom V, or Rotom EX, sorry. So we can push our Oranguru again, but we still don't draw out of this? That's crazy. Yeah, this game is a dud, unfortunately. We just bricked so hard. That's really sad. It's okay. Let's just do another game. Give it a good shuffle. I just realized, I keep realizing that if I have my arms on the table while shuffling, the camera goes crazy. I should probably not have my arms on the table while shuffling. It looks a little weirder for you guys, but at least you don't see like the camera shaking like this. For the ones that have motion sickness or whatever. God. Also means that shuffling is a little bit harder for me, unfortunately. But I still do want to do it on screen, as you guys can see. Because I feel like it's a little ASMR if I do it on screen. And I get to show off my shuffling skills. Or lack thereof. Let's see if we go first or second for this one. That's a heads. Let's say we do go first for this one. 7 cards in opener. See, this is a lot better opener. We have Oranguru and Rotom. That's a lot better. We also have Crobat in hands. Right, 6 prizes. Let's flip them over and start our first turn going first. So that means no supporters. That's fine. Let's put Town Store in play and Dutch Floatstone here. Let's attach double colorless energy here, and then I'll use Crobat's Dark Acid to draw until we have 6 cards in hand. I have 2, so let's draw 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. I think I'll quick ball away Mew. Yeah, that's fine. Quick ball Mew is fine here. What do I even want to grab? Probably Honchgrove, I'm gonna be honest. Where is Honchgrove? Cool. I do want to check my prize cards real quick. They're not that terrible. Rotom EX is priced and 3 Rotoms are priced, but that's fine because I have, what is it? I have like 8 Rotoms in deck, so I still have like 5 different Rotoms. Most of the time it's not really about the damage anyway. So we definitely Stealthy Hood here. I do have Town Store and Back Order to draw 3 more tools. So let's go for Charm, Floatstone, 4 Sealstone. Or it's probably better to grab 4 Sealstone number 2 instead of Charm. Actually, yeah. So we can save the Charm for something more relevant. I don't think I want to use the 4 Sealstone V-Star power yet, right on turn 1. Especially since we can't play supporters yet. But it's definitely something to consider. You know what would hit for this? Arceus V-Star? For this list? You think so? Or for your archetype? Yeah, no. We're not unbanning Arceus V-Star in Pokémon, bro. We're not gonna do it. Right, attach these tools all to the Honchgrove because it can have up to 4 tools attached. Because we are turn 1 going first, we can't attack here actually. So was it smart? It was probably better to quick ball away Guzma. So that we can like have Mew on the bench here. So we can retreat into Mew to sacrifice just a silly single prizer. Without risking too much. I think that's a lot better, yeah. Let's pass it up here and let Mew be KO'd. And then we push Oranguru again, draw for turn. Oh, just 2 energies, that's really bad. And I'll research away energies to draw 7 cards. 4, 5, 6, 7. He just has it out for consistency nerds. Dude. If Arceus V-Star was a format, everyone would be playing it instead of the 4 Sealstone. Like, prove me wrong. Let's Rescue Carrier back the Mew that was just knocked out. With level... It's probably better to develop Heat Rotom here. Attach for turn there. I think my playlist just ended. Let me see. Yeah, it did. There we go. I resumed it again. Yay! Slay. You didn't say I was wrong. Okay, yeah, fair. Fair for fair. And if you mute with level ball. Let's go for a back order for Floatstone Charm. Put the Floatstone here, put the Charm here. I can town store. It's probably wise to town store. Or like Floatstone, I guess. We can level ball to Finn as well. Hand Disruption is not real. Hand Disruption is not real. Come for me. Let's grab Mo Rotom. I think it's the only legal targets. Shuffle everything up. Sure, bench the Mew. Let's think. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 tools in play, so Gadget Show does 240, which is definitely enough to KO something. So let's KO a 2-prizer with that juicy Gadget Show. Get 2 Rotoms from the prizes. Of course, we do. Pardon. Assuming this active gets knocked again, we push Oranguru V once more. There we go, we got a Honchkrow V. Floatstone. Bop, bop. We're searching our deck for 3 more tools. Charm. Super effective glasses. Charm. That's all the tools left in this deck, actually. There we go. 2 charms are definitely going on this guy. 100%. And I think super effective glasses are better fit there. Attach Twin Energy. Do I want to research this away? Probably not. I'm thinking. I do want to support her this turn, so I think I'll V-Star or INO. Play INO. I think that feels a lot better. I think this is the first time I'm ever actually going to play INO in this deck. Yeah, let's play the INO to shuffle my hand, put it on the bottom of my deck, and draw 4 cards because I have 4 prizes remaining. Oh my god. Dude. This is cursed. Anyway, it's fine. Let's go into Mew and swing. Big damage on the Red Drago V-Star. Too much, probably. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 tools. So that's 330 times 3 is 990 damage. That's way too much. That's way too much damage. Mew likely gets knocked. Going to 3. But we probably just have to win here. Let's be honest. Quick ball away to level ball for Dedenne. Draw a little more cards. Or a few more cards, I should say. Attach double colorless here. There's 1, 2, 3. Is the 4th one in discard or not? It is. Okay, so this is useless. That's fine. There we go. Did a change for 6 fresh cards. And there is Prime Catcher. That's kind of the card that I was looking for. I mean, I have Guzma as well, but playing Prime Catcher is more fun. There we go. Can't really play anything else in hand other than Guzma, which I don't want to do. Surely Town Store. There's no tools in my deck left, right? No, there's not. Okay. Almost all the relevant special energy attackers are either banned or not good for formats. What would be a good special attacker, a special energy attacker that's banned? other than Lugia V-Star. Swing for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times 30 is 300. After a Prime Catcher, surely that knocks out its advisor. Alright, this deck moves very fast, not gonna lie. I think I'm practically done playing for now. I think we've explored most avenues of this list specifically. Yeah, I think we've Ursaluna. Oh, Blood Moon Ursaluna, gotcha. Yeah, fair. Good points. How about Ursaluna V? Just had an idea. Probably not. Let's be honest. Alright, let me roll back to my desk so we can look for someone to raid. Oh, Amazing Evil Doll is actually unplayable. That's unfortunate. That's sad for Amazing Evil Doll. Amazing Dog is just worse than Wellspring. Yeah, true. Actually, so true. It is so much worse. Alright. I'm back at my desk. Thanks everyone so much for hanging out. Let me see if I can go find someone to raid. Let me open the Twitch sphere. If you're watching on YouTube, the stream will end shortly. Please do consider donating to the Movember Fund if you have some funds to spare. Jesus Christ, that's so loud. I'm so happy I muted it for you guys, otherwise you would be like blown away. Is a Spoof is rating Spoof is streaming for Movember, and so is Ro. We can go into both. We can technically go into both. Let's go into spoofs. Ad starting in 4 minutes? Hell no. Alright. Thanks everyone so much for hanging out here today. I know the stream is a little bit shorter than usual, but to be fair, this week has been swamped. I do have a slight announcement here. We haven't fully decided on what time yet, but the reason I won't be live this weekend is because I'm gonna be playing D&D for the first time on someone else's stream. If you wanna hear more about that, keep an eye on the Discord. I'll probably post something about it tomorrow. I'll also post about it on X, probably on Blue Sky as well. Keep your ears peeled. But that's why I'm not gonna live stream a Pokémon match this weekend. I could have if I had more time on the other weekend day, which I unfortunately don't do. But stay tuned for more info. For now, thanks everyone so much for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.